Asshole. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our freak show. We were talking about ripping AHS, the new one. I think I went a little live too fast.
Hey,
Yeah, you
Welcome,
did.
everybody.
Let's wrap
Hello.
AHS the new asshole. Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Of course, as you guys remember, Dawn. Welcome, please, Dawn, to Beyond
hi
the Heart.
everybody.
And of course, we have Mike, that guy right down there, that awesome guy.
What up?
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. We are about to rip AHS apart.
Fuck.
What's up, Blaze? So great to have you. You're done with season 5 of Orange is the New Black. Okay, so Dawn, Mike, you guys have seen Orange is the New Black, correct?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That's what we're talking about tomorrow night on the channel Patreon live stream. That's why I was asking if you guys wanted to join so we can all kind of, because I don't remember everything. I'm trying to watch some of it and go back and let things catch my memory. But if you guys would like to appear and kind of help me remember things, we'd be grateful. Or I would be grateful. What am I talking about? We. Awesome. Scotty Lee, thank you so much for being here too. Really appreciate it. Jiggle Jello. Woo! Jiggle it all the way. Thank you so much for being here.
You're frisky tonight.
Yes, we're all frisky. Well, I'm frisky to rip apart this show.
Goes south real quick.
Okay, so let's talk about episode 5. That's where we left off. Episode 5 is Miss Preacher's backstory. Where she gives birth to a baby, and she speaks to Virginia about it and tells her that she met a sailor on Fleet Week, got pregnant. Mm-hmm. Somebody approached her to give her baby, and she did, never knew what happened to the baby afterwards. But she speaks to Virginia after she meets with Dex and her attorney, and Miss Preacher also tells Virginia that Addie was part of the group of women that we're seeing in the show, and that group of women is coming for Dex and Anna as revenge for Addie defecting from their group. And then this is when Anna finds another Summer Day doll at the gym and its hair is ripped out. Okay, I originally gave this episode a 6, but I'm thinking I will probably give it a 5. But what did y'all think of this episode?
Hey, I actually like the flashbacks when they fill in some of the story. You know, they did a good job with this season doing that. But it just, again, on the rewatch, looking at everything, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, we found out her backstory. It wasn't as dramatic, as scary and spooky, you know, as they were making it. And why was she on this life mission to warn her? What did that matter to her?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, I mean, she's on a huge drive. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. But was she really the person to do that? Yeah.
It didn't
have anything to do with the Addie story at the end and the whole, you know, good and light and all that stuff. She was just the warning. She was the alarm.
She was just there to be scary. It's like,
another one.
There's some ominous person in the background. We just don't know what she's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
But they're coming for you.
It's almost like she was a stalker, but not really. It's almost like they didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah, they tried to make her spooky. Just misdirection. Oh, she's the one doing all this. She's the one that's causing problems. Right. And her backstory was just kind of simple. It was like, okay, we get it. She went through this, and she didn't want this other girl to go through this. But you already went through it, so what does it matter?
Well, and the thing is, it's like you say, Mike, that's a really good point. It's almost like Miss Preacher made it her life mission to find Anna, to warn her. So why didn't she just do it? Why didn't she just slide right into her DMs? Why didn't she just wait out of her apartment and say, hey, look, it's really important. I'm not trying to scare you. I just know something important about your doctor. I think you need to know it.
Yep. Because they never set any ground rules that she couldn't tell her. So
it's like, no problem. I'm just going to take pictures of you. I'm going to freak you out. I'm just going to do this.
Post all about you online.
Yeah. And of course, this is the same time.
If you have something to say, then why don't you just say it?
This is going on at the same time when we don't know that the bitch was in her house, was cheating on, you know, Dex and all that. So there was all that wrapped up into it. You know, misdirection with that. It's like, if they had set a ground rule and said, look, when they showed her backstory, you can't say a word. You say a word, we're going to come for you, or whatever. What if they would have set that precedent? It would have been somewhat understandable. But they took her baby and they were done with her. And so why didn't she just walk up to her and say, "Look, chick, you know, this is what's going on. Believe me or not."
It's not like anything happened to her.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't suffer any
any circumstances
about it. It was just I'm just here to creep you out and
Exactly. Misdirect.
Exactly. And that's not what Miss Preacher did in the book either. You know, Miss Preacher, she was actually, part of the women's group, but they were there to protect Anna and that's why they were watching her, was to make sure that she was protected due to the fact that her baby had been resurrected from the dead. So they were scared that due to the fact that they used their magic and Siobhan / Olympia gave her life for it. That's why they were putting the dolls around and watching her so intensely, because they knew that since the baby was coming back from the dead, she'd have hallucinations. The baby would be all funky and like demonic and stuff. So that it was just to protect her. And it was all revealed that at the end. So that actually made sense.
That could have worked. It's somewhat similar to this, even with her story, if they would have set her up to protect her. Like, she was Addie's assistant or something, whether she was the one sent out to protect her, to give her all these tools. But they didn't even do that. She was just the warning.
Exactly. And still putting those dolls out. Yeah. Anna temporarily would lose her hair. Her legs temporarily turned the green weird. That was what happened to those dolls. Yeah, absolutely ended up happening, but it was just temporary. And, it just doesn't really make sense of why they were doing that to her. Anyway, let's move into the chat real quick. We already saw Jiggle Jello. Jiggle Jello, so great to see you. Hello, I heart Courtney Cox. You are fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Jiggle Jello said they had too many of the same type of characters. Do you guys think that's true, or do you think that
what type of
it was just fun?
Yeah.
They had a lot of misdirect.
In my opinion, Dr. Hill and Ivy could have been the same damn person.
Oh,
they should have. They had way too many characters, yet they could have just shrunken it down a little bit more.
What's her face? I lost her names. Our regulars, Billy Lord and what's the Ashleys. They didn't even have to be in the show.
The Ashleys. We didn't need the Ashleys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was really stupid, actually. But all the extra, like when they got the room at the end, and they were all there. I was like, "Who are all these people? Where they all come from?
And why are they here?"
Because they didn't set any important stadium.
So sorry, excuse me. I'm sipping on a little bit of cola.
So I would say there was too many characters, not same type. I think they're trying to be all kind of different with them. I don't know. Jiggle Jello, if she say what type she's looking at, but. They were all just misdirect. That's what it was. So I'd agree with her on that. They were all just thrown in there to be spooky and misdirected. And by the time they were see, what I thought was unfair about this season is there was no way to really follow the story and guess and come up at the end and say, "Oh my God, I never saw that coming," or "Oh my God, I guessed it. I figured it out along the way," because it was all misdirect, and then they just dumped it on you at the end. We all knew Siobhan had something to do with it. That was just precedent. But everything else was like this weird misdirect. And when it made sense, it made sense. But going back and watching it again, there was no setup for it.
Yeah, it's just confusing. There's way too much going on.
Like with that shit we'll get there with the finale, but
oh yeah. All right, let's move into that. So thank you so much, Jiggle Jello. Awesome observation, because I absolutely agree. What's up, Raiders World 3.0? That's my sweet son. Thank you so much for checking us out, Raider. Give us a thumbs up, Raider. You better. Don't forget. Don't worry, guys. If you are enjoying the live stream, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Alan, thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. Hello to you too. Oh, Alex thinks thank you. My eyes, I think, are going a little too fast. Alan, hello, Alan. So great to have you. I heard Courtney Cox says off topic, but have you seen Only Murders in the Building on Hulu? I have not, but I've heard it's really good, and I do like Selena Gomez, so I probably should check that out.
Yeah.
Alan says they truly wasted Leslie and Billy's talent with the Ashleys. Yeah.
Yeah, it was dumb. It was dumb.
Completely agree.
Yep.
completely agree. I missed you the earlier live stream, so I read the book. Oh, they didn't need to change the motives of the coven. I liked that there was a nice coven. Exactly. I mean, even I know it's AHS, and it kind of seems like they feel like they have to put a demonic spin on everything. I think it would have surprised the shit out of us if they were actually like a nice coven, just really helping women, and all that stuff was a misdirect, and they're just really good people.
Yeah, it's like, well, they weren't going to be. They already had material, so it's like, why are you even basing something off of material if you're just going to completely change the author's, material? Because what it sounds like to me, I haven't read the book, but it sounds like to me that they really just took a kind of basis and ran with it, however they were going to run with it. Why didn't they just write their own damn story?
Well, yeah, they wanted to make it as gross as they possibly could. Why? Because it's American Horror Story.
They boxed themselves in with the story, but they tried to seep outside the box any way they can. They should have just wrote their own original content.
Okay.
My opinion.
Raider, don't you worry, buddy. After my live stream, I got your back, buddy. Okay, so let's move into episode 6 then. And don't forget, Raider, I know you're watching, but Daddy's downstairs, and so is Grandma Cuckoo. They can also help you too, honey.
Grandma Cuckoo?
Yeah.
Cuckoo?
Cuckoo. Yeah, Grandma Cuckoo.
Woo,
yes. She's a very, very sweet, funny lady. Yes. Episode 6 is opening night. The episode starts with the birth of Anna in 1998. This episode was supposed to answer the question as to why Anna wanted a baby so badly, but I must have been blind because I didn't see that in the episode.
Yeah.
What was the point? Her mother had nothing to do with it.
Well, yeah, we got the backstory of her birth, and that was about it.
Yeah. It was like
the mother
I liked the moment. I
really
liked the moment at the Oscars with the mother. I did like that. I thought it was a beautiful moment, and it was handled really, really well. But still, did we need this whole backstory thing? You saw the picture of episode 1 of her mother there. Dex made that comment about her mother. That's really all you needed.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was no point to this backstory. I said, the description said that they were going to indicate why Anna wanted a baby so badly, but I didn't see that. I just saw a neglectful father leave his wife alone and not take her seriously when she said she was in pain. And that led to a blood clot in her leg, which, traveled up and killed her. Yeah. So, I mean, I understand that's the late 80s, but
growing up without a mother, I guess, I have sympathies with that. Maybe
absolutely
she wanted the child to not abandon, but
Well, and not to mention the fact that blood clots are no joke. You don't just blow them off like no big deal.
That was at me. No, her mother. It's another unnecessary plot point that has nothing to do with the overall story of this demonic whatever, or this baby thing. Is like, yes, she had a mother. Yes, her mother abandoned her. Yeah, we kind of got that. Now there was other characters they could have spent the time on, but more backstories, with instead of wasting that. But the moment that we did have the Oscars was such a payoff. But I think we would have the exact same payoff with just the picture or whatever that they did in the beginning.
Well, see, I just didn't like the fact that her husband completely blew off what she had said.
But there's another reason that they did that, was they're trying to make all men pieces of shit in this and show that why these women bonded together so hard at the end, because we were going to rule the world absent of men and with these powerful. See, they wanted these absent of men. Why do they have a male child?
I know that's another.
Right.
That's one of my big questions too. Why did they? Why did they have
a male child?
And I'm not gonna lie. One of my books that I wrote, Murder by Alpha, it's in reverse. If men were women and women were men, so women have the power and men really don't. But the whole thing wasn't shitting on men's, / the women, because they were terrible, but there were also really good people as well that are men as well. I mean, it seems like a lot of the shitty people get seen rather than the good people. And that was also the kind of point of the book too, was that not everybody is an asshole and not not every man is an asshole, you know.
Well,
So
there's so few men in this to even figure. But the ones that were in there, pretty much besides the bodyguard dude, were really
Kamal, that was it.
pieces of shit.
Kamal was the good guy. He didn't.
The
But they
only
made
good
him
guy.
creepy, so they made him look like he was involved. But you know, even
Right.
you know, Dennis's character and you know, Dex and the father, they were all just like skeeving little you know,
Oh,
creeps.
don't get me started on Dex.
Oh
okay?
yeah. Okay. Well, actually, in
This
the
is
rest
an
of this
idiot.
episode, Anna gets the news that Babette was decapitated while
That's funny, actually.
loving
What a way to go.
her limo driver's little
Mhm.
Dex, I should say. And and Felix the cat goes scary movie 2 on Anna. I thought I have that in my notes. That was so hilarious. The cat just swipes her and
Oh,
she just
God.
Oh,
You want the chicken?
yeah, that gave me the heebie-jeebies because I have cats, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, but that scary movie reference is hilarious with throw the stuff down.
And then in this episode, we meet Dex's dad, who is sadly an asshole, but I wanted him to
Dad
be
was worth the
Dr.
season.
Hill. I gotta say, he was. He was one of the only other good characters that I
Yes,
really
it's fun to watch.
liked.
It's gross, but
At least he was entertaining.
Yes. It was fun watching him when he was on screen. I absolutely agree.
The way that actor handled that role, it just shows you the power of how he took that character, because his character was very similar to the fat dude that Siobhan was banging. You know, they're real slimy kind of guy. The one she was banging was gross. I mean, he's just not fun to watch. The father was fun to watch. He was hilarious when he popped up.
Yeah, he's all leather daddy back there. Mm-hmm.
It's like that's a scene. That's something you don't need to see. But it's
nobody asked for it. Nobody wanted it, but you gave it to us.
It would have been a better season with more of it.
Actually, I do agree with that. Blaze is asking, so was Anna's mother part of the coven or no?
No.
I don't think she was. No. I thought that would have been a great twist if she was part of the coven.
Well, we all figured that she was. I mean, we were led to believe that all that mess. So it was just more misdirection. No, she was just there to show that Anna had an absence of that mother figure in her life, and it was important to her to give that to some child.
Did we need an entire episode about it? No,
we didn't need it at all.
Alex says episode 6 was a chance. It was probably the strongest episode. Annabelle Dexter-Jones did so well playing Sonia. Oh, you're talking about episode
6, yeah,
7.
I'm already in agreement with this, yeah.
Oh, wait, did I miss? Wait, episode 6 is opening night. 7 is Ave Hestia, right?
Okay, so we're
okay. So you're talking about episode 7, Alex thinks. Okay. Yeah, that's 6. Episode 7, but we will get to that one in just a minute. But we absolutely agree with you. Episode 7 had to be the strongest episode the entire.
You guys
season.
do the thing for 6. I don't remember. No, I'm confused.
Oh, that's opening night, where the witches all. Wait, we just did that one.
We were talking about that now.
Where we did Dex's dad. Yeah, we're talking about that one right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is the mother. Yeah, her mother's 6.
Scotty Lee says maybe I missed it, but what was the point of the stuffed bear?
What bear?
You mean the owl that Sonia gave Anna? I wonder.
Stuffed bear.
I don't even remember a bear. So it must not have been a point.
I think I do remember somewhere up there. Maybe I'm just mistaken. No problem, Scotty Lee. Just let us know in the comments so we can check it out. Merman Eli, I'm here. Great to see you here. Thank you so much for being here. Merman Eli also said the reason why Siobhan needed her son was to procreate with her genes and have control over the new men, sleeper agents to enslave the men.
Well,
yeah, that makes sense. If they would have just said that.
But she was creating the ultimate being, the greatest being, and it happened to be a male. It kind of defied their point. They're showing the importance of a man to procreate with the greatest genes. It's like,
but they need the womb in order for that to happen.
Yeah, but
exactly,
it's the male that they created. That's what they created, was the male, and so it's like they're putting so much importance on the male after they just shit all over him. That's
okay. I like it. Blaze does. I think MJ and Kim carried this season. And I think Annabelle Dexter-Jones absolutely did too. This is how you were made. Okay, why don't we just slip in to Ave Hestia, because I think that's a perfect time to segue into it. And Scotty Lee, I don't know what happened to Anna's dad. They never said what happened to him. Did he get shot by some guy on the street? Did he catch herpes by some prostitute, not treat it, get more infectious STDs and then die? We just don't know. We have no. We can use our imaginations here. I would like to say, I would like to think he went out for cigarettes and milk and got shot in the head.
God,
that's what I like to think.
Wow, that's pretty harsh, Mary.
I know.
Well, I'm sorry. He was
a
bad guy. Okay.
Well,
it's a fictional character. It's a fictional character.
A fictional character. Right? Yes, it was like he didn't care about his wife at all. It's like, oh well, you don't feel very well. Well, I don't really care about that.
Well, should not shot him. Not shot him. He should have gone out. He should have hired some prostitute, and she was crazy, and she cut his dick off, and then he had to live with that.
I mean, my God, I remember every time, and I've had 4 kids. Every time I'm like, man, I'm so fucking tired. I just want to take a shower, but I just can't. I remember Blake will run me the shower. He will wash my hair for me. I mean, when after I had my kids and I was so tired, I never got it. Now, mind you, Blake obviously wasn't a perfect person, but he did wonderful things like that, and I could not imagine having an asshole like that. As
and I'm sure there's a lot of
when
it
was
out there.
the last time you took a shower?
I'm sure there's a lot.
Right, and she's like, I don't know, I'm so tired.
He was just bothered by the change in his life. It upset his
life. Absolutely. Right. Stop procreating. All right. Let's talk about the wonderful episode 7.
Yeah.
Okay. We get Addie's backstory. Her mother is Ivy, and she gave birth to twins in 42 AD. What's up, Mike?
I killed the dog. Dropped his head.
Sorry, I'm looking at my notes, so I can't see what you're doing. Ivy gave birth to twins in 42 AD in Ireland. The twins were Ivy and Sonia. And then, of course, we see that all of them died, but Siobhan came and brought them back to life. Now, we flash to the present, or sorry, not the present. We flash to 2013, and we see Addie, her marriage to Dex, and that she left the Bad Women group. She praises Hestia. She has a restaurant named Hestia.
And it's mainly because she doesn't want to hurt people. She wants to.
Yeah.
She doesn't agree with their mission. Right.
No.
Yeah.
And throughout the years, I'm sorry, Mike, go ahead, please.
Well, she rocked the boat. Throughout the years, she grew more and more strong with voicing that concern. And she basically told them by the end, I'm done. You guys do what you're going to do, but I'm done. I'm going to fight you every way. So that's kind of how
I can imagine
the war about it.
Spending less than 2,000 years with these bitches. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that would drive me to fucking leave them too.
Especially Ivy, the mother Ivy. Crazy
she's
bitch.
A bitch. Yeah, exactly. That's a terrible mother. Awful mother.
I have to admit, though, I really did enjoy this episode because we got so much out of it.
Was this the Bloody Mary crap though?
What?
When did that come in?
The Bloody Mary.
Queen Mary and Elizabeth.
Oh, the Bloody Marys thing that came in before this.
Oh, before, okay.
Yes, it did.
I don't have to think about that again then.
Okay, yeah, no, you're good. We can bitch about it after this. And then we get Addie's death, where the women in the group come and they follow her to the restaurant. They pin her down. They rip out her baby that she's pregnant with, and then they set her on fire after they put her baby's blood all over them. I guess stay young. Yeah. And then they burn her alive. And then Dex discovers his dad clogging Siobhan's backdoor pipes. Wow.
What an allegory. Oh my Lord. Oh, she frisky tonight. She's on fire.
Woo, yeah, there
was a lot going on in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Well, that led up to we're 8 and 9 next, right?
What?
It's 8 and 9 next, isn't it?
Yeah.
The finale. Okay,
We're on
to get it all done.
episode 7.
Yeah, they had to get it all
Episode
done.
7 had a lot in it.
Yeah, they had to get it all done so that they get to that shocking finale.
Woo. I'm sorry, that was good.
People had some road routes and back doors. Your allegory, not mine. I can tell you all about it, but you won't.
I can just imagine if Kim Kardashian was here, she'd go, you know what, her little laugh.
Kim's cool.
Okay. Kim was the best part.
I agree. And look, please, you guys, I don't give a shit if you hate on me, but I thought she looked really pretty.
She's gorgeous. You know what? I have a whole new respect for Kim. It's like, and even look at the Kardashians bullshit. It's like they all need to thank her. You know, if her sex tape didn't come out, they wouldn't be where they was. So Kim did all the work. She did all the work. So you know, good on her.
Yeah,
good sex tape.
And she actually gave her all the best stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
And she actually got the idea with the theme, with the sweater and everything. I mean, she actually the end. I'm just so, my flabbers are gasted right now, so therefore, I'm trying to speak. But yeah, I guess it was a cardigan or something that it ate. But yeah. So yeah, I thought she looked fantastic. So I just wanted to
she did. Oh, she was stunning.
Yeah, but this is the episode where we get the possibility of Siobhan being Dex's mom, because when he is clogging her pipes, he's like, "This is how you were made," and I mean, that really hit to me. Like, oh my god, this.
See, I didn't even make the connection. My mind didn't even go there, because I was thinking about them saying, "This is how you're made," in like a setting like this. I didn't think about he was pointing hard to make you. I was, oh no, hell. I didn't catch it. See, y'all are sicker than I am.
Well, actually, I take that as a Dawn, that's a compliment. We are awesome.
Why? Because we figured it out and he didn't?
No, because we have a sick mind to figure it out.
It must, yeah.
And I'm surprised you didn't figure it out, Mike. You're sick.
I know, right? With all the crap I want to. I can write my own horror story.
Right. Well, yeah. So this was also the episode 2 where when Addie was killed, why didn't her Hestia prayers? Maybe she just didn't know, but I don't understand how they could kill Addie. And it's Hestia. She was actually in the Hestia restaurant where it's like a shrine basically to Hestia.
Well, maybe she didn't
it's almost like
they get that strength until after she died.
Yeah, and she was barely pregnant. Barely pregnant.
Right. Okay. Well, this was a fantastic episode. In my opinion, this had to be the best episode of the entire season.
It was good. The characters were really, really well developed here. The story was intelligent. It was interesting. It was layered. Whereas the rest of it kind of seemed really simple, just really, just icing on a multi-layered cake, and then all the cake was right here in this episode. So they could have done a better job writing the whole season, because the talent was there, obviously, during this episode. So
I kind of wish now they would have just focused on the two conflicting.
That's what I said.
Like, Addie and the group, and just kind of just left Anna a little bit in the present.
They didn't need Anna.
Yeah.
They should have just done this Addie story. They didn't need the wife to die. The wife could have just been there. They could have just used her the whole time. They could
change anything they wanted to from adapting it.
Yeah, they obviously did.
Adeline could have been the perfect person. She could have been the perfect one. But we had to go with Anna instead? Why? What's the big difference between the two of them?
Because Ryan's got a hard on for Emma.
Well, let's see. Merman and Eli says, give AD, Jay, an Emmy, an Oscar, all of the awards, and may Ryan Murphy get writers that aren't on Temu crack.
They still crack at Temu? Wow, I need to start shopping.
Scotty Lee says MJ Rodriguez was starring fixated at the bear gift to Anna. Oh, I'm in the kitchen early on in the show. Like it only meant something to her. Yes, but they never revealed why she did that. Yeah, true.
It could have just been baby kind of feel, intensity, whatever that she's. Because remember, MJ was all creepy about the baby anyway. She had her baby, and they were talking about it, and MJ was all talking about it, all weird and shit.
Mm-hmm. So. Merman Eli says, honestly, they could have tied Hotel into this season. They could have made Vampire Siobhan's past children, but missed the opportunity.
Stop.
Well, I guess it.
No, stop.
Yeah, I guess they already had that set in Hotel. So, yeah, I don't like them to link it too hard to all the other seasons as well.
Period. This was an anthology series. He told stories about actors expressing their talents. That's what he created this for.
Not Baby Daddy got to Anna's dad.
Who? Oh.
Or Big Daddy got to Anna's dad.
That's the only thing about New York I didn't like. Big Daddy.
Blaze also says, I think the writers are getting bored and lazy with the writing for this show.
No, I think they're hiring cheap writers is what I think. I think there's a pool of cheap writers to do this because of everything
for a punch in the face. Just punch me in the face and let me write your fucking show for you. Yeah, okay. Amen. I don't need any money. And put my name as the writer. That's all. Just do that. Okay.
It was like this. Wasn't this the first season he was completely hands off of it as well?
Pretty much. Only his name.
That could have been a part of the tonal shift in the whole thing that he didn't have hands on the pie. You know, because he used to be really involved with this show. So.
Well, and as much as I love the show, I think it's time that they put an end to it.
I agree. Because a lot of these later seasons could be other shows. They didn't have to be American Horror Story. You know, like New York City could have been something on the sense of Crime Story even, you know, because it really did follow the age process. But he had already done that through Pose. And so it's like he's kind of overlapping his shows where they could fit in different cubes. These don't have to be American Horror Stories. And he can let this dog lie and then start, you know, create. You can still use the suspense of the horror in other things. You know, it doesn't have to be this, you know.
Well, I think they're recycling certain storylines, you know, absolutely. So that way it makes it easier for them to pump out all of the shows that they're trying to write and push out for.
And it's crap.
Exactly. If they would just listen to some of the fans and what the fans want and what the fans are asking for and maybe what their suggestions are, maybe they would actually get back.
Fans and they tried to listen to the fans and they gave us Apocalypse, okay?
Oh God, help us.
We don't speak about Apocalypse. Apocalypse can't sit here. Okay,
not right now. I'm just saying they tried to listen to what the fans wanted and they gave us Apocalypse.
Apocalypse had a lot of problems
well, they listened to the wrong fans.
Apocalypse was like two different ideas formed together because they wanted to appease the fans, but also because of COVID or whatever it was. All the mess that went down around Apocalypse was just a disaster. But it almost seems like they got on that train and never got off. The train of just throwing whatever against the wall and you know, surfacing old ideas and cramming it into new ideas. And the tone definitely changed completely from Apocalypse on. It's like you're watching two different shows. You know?
Absolutely. Merman Eli says, when you make a sacrifice according to the mythology, you always give your first and last to Hestia. Addie was burned in her restaurant. Ave Hestia, which leads me to believe she survived. Okay. And then the Alpha said something right here. Something you mentioned in your recent video, Mary. Where are the other witches of this delicate coven after thousands of years? Did they face similar loss in numbers as the Salem witches? That's the thing.
We'll never know. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Were they defined as witches in the book? Did they make this very distinct thing that they are witches and they are a coven and they're all this nonsense?
I guess
we only got that one little reference.
They're not a coven. They're part of a fertility support group, and they use their powers to help women who can't get pregnant.
Because I know they gave the witches reference in the newspaper in this one. That's where they mentioned it. But I look at this whole thing more of a satanic thing. You know, all the references and stuff and what they're doing seem more cultish almost than covenish. You know, so I never saw it as witches.
Yeah, I mean, I guess now I think of them too just as a group because witches actually have powers, and these women only have what Siobhan gives them. Yeah. So I don't think of them as witches anymore.
Yeah, it's more satanic and stuff.
Yeah, I never thought of them as witches.
there's the sacrifices and stuff like that. It just seemed to follow more on that line than it did, anything.
So without
American Horror Story, which philosophy and all that shit. Because where were the Powers? Where were they? Where was freaking what's her face? Sarah Paulson. If there was Covens out there, acting up.
Oh, she's enjoying her life with her beautiful partner. Come on, she's having a good life.
Her character, would have, or Billy Lord's character would have come in there and whooped him into shape. It's like
true.
It didn't need to be Coven. If Coven exists, just go over there with what Coven needs to stay in its own pocket, because this I don't think was supposed to be witches, but we got so used to all these connections and everything trying to mean something to another season that we're kind of twisting the story a little bit. I don't think that was ever the intent, but I was curious in the book what they said about witches versus cults versus whatever.
Yeah, like I said, in the book, it's implied that they are a group of fertility of women who help others with fertility problems through their magic. Okay. It's been a while, though. It's been almost a year since I've read the book, so I'd have to go and actually read my reviews again or watch my reviews.
I didn't catch the newspaper thing until the rewatch, so they really weren't emphasizing that. It was like almost like a little tiny Easter egg that they flashed on there for a second. And no, I don't think anywhere else in the season they applied that this was a coven or an organized anything really.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, White Bear Productions right here says the cinematography, the new cinematography. And I have to say that was probably the only really good thing about this season.
Yeah.
I really loved those beautiful shots of red and black back there, especially in episode 1 when Anna was looking at her own reflection. I mean, yeah, there were certain shots that absolutely called to me.
The clinic, I thought, though beautiful and those shot incredible, it always takes me out when they do stuff like that, because it's like, when are you ever going to see a clinic like that? It's like you walk in the doors and all of a sudden you're in this magical land. There's nothing exists, anywhere. It's this perfectly empty room, sterile and like, I've worked in hospitals all my life, and it's like you're never going to see something pure with a color base, and it's all for the show. I get it, but it takes me out of it. If we're supposed to be in a real fertility clinic and doing real things, now they could have used both. They could have set it in like a real fertility clinic and then gone into her head and been like something mystical. But no, that was the design, the architecture and the interior of that clinic. And it was like,
well, yeah, because
it's just weird to me.
Even in operating rooms, it's not like that.
Yeah.
You go into a procedure room.
Yeah.
I'd feel weird if I went into a big old empty hall and there's just a chair in the middle. I'd be like, oh no.
Right.
Okay, we're in the middle of a white room and that's all there is.
I'm out.
Yeah. Perfect chair. What's going to happen next? Who knows? But...
All right, let's move into episode 8 real fast. That's Little Gold Man. That is where we get Virginia's.
There was nothing.
Oh, I know. I know. We just get Virginia's funeral. Miss Preacher's taken. Anna dresses or Anna gets sprayed with the little perfume, and her.
Yeah, you get the ball drop that she was the alarm, and then she left her in the hospital bed, and that was it. That's all we saw. That it was implied that they killed her or something. I don't know. That was weird. You used her all season, and then we just leave her alone. Weird.
I just know that Anna goes into labor, and Siobhan says, "Let's wait until your category, and then we'll go to the hospital." And I'm thinking, these things are fucking 3 hours long, and they only get to the good stuff at the end. This bitch has got to hold her legs together for 3 hours.
I actually took that more than just. I actually think that more than just Siobhan being Siobhan, because I think that she had to win that Oscar to make that sacrifice, and so she had to go up there and accept it and hold it. So it was important for Siobhan to have her win that,
Right? I get that.
Yeah.
I just wish then that the baby wouldn't have started coming. Would have started coming after, like when she went up there to accept her award and she grabbed it. She's like, "Thank you," and then all of a sudden, boosh! Her water breaks.
Well, she dropped a bunch of worms on the floor or some shit. What came out of her?
Her mucus plug.
Were they little things moving in there or something?
No,
I
didn't think so. I didn't see anything. But when you have a plug up there.
Well, I know.
All the water. So yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Well, there's something in this season or something in one of the shows that we watched where blood and little squeaky things on the floor. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. But yeah, why did it just seems so weird. Siobhan was not pressed. She wasn't like, oh fuck, we got to get up to this shit fast. This baby's coming out. I gotta
Siobhan probably was like, go ahead. If you die, you die. It's coming, so we're good. You just gotta get up there and accept that award, so we can be all right. But then I'm glad she did, because we had that beautiful moment, and that was shot. That was perfection. That film schools could take a note of that scene with just her all the way up in the balcony, and you kind of had that fade in on her, and just the light, and the whole audience went empty. That was the single scene that was highlighted this season for me. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Because I come from a background in the arts, and thinking about an award like that without my mother, and to see that it all just hit home. It was beautiful, absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because we all think we're little kids watching those award shows. If I was up there and I was winning an award, what would I say? You think about all that stuff, and they really tapped into that. And Emma did a great job with the reactions to that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then there was just so many beautiful shots.
Huh?
I'm just saying there were so many beautiful shots this season.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was nice. That was a good one. And then we got 9. Where all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. So in episode 9, let's move into that one where it's the auteur. Okay. They load in short story, even shorter. They load in into an ambulance. The baby's coming. Ivy's driving. She shoots poor Kamal. Not Rip Kamal. He still fucking deserved better. And so the baby's fucking coming. Dex sticks his hand up there like an idiot. And the baby just bites it off. That baby's got some fucking sharp teeth.
I was like, what the fuck am I watching? I was like,
that was some weird shit that I was happy to see.
I'm sorry, Dex got everything he deserved. Dex got everything he deserved.
But it was so out there. It was out there. It was like they held all that to that one scene right at the end, and it was like it was overload. It was like
I couldn't help but laugh though.
I was laughing too. I
was laughing hysterically.
Yeah,
it just seemed it was so much. It seemed it was over the top. It seemed crazy because it was just like bam, bam, and she's driving the ambulance. And she's like screaming out. What the?
Well, yeah, and all we got is Emma just telling him to shut the fuck up,
screaming.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! He's screaming. Yeah, it's so hilarious. And then she's like, "Do something!"
I know. And then another shot, like I was talking about. They ended up in an empty room. They ended up in an empty thing with just the ambulance there, and I'm like, "Where are they?" There's like nothing else around when they pulled her out of the ambulance, and Dex no hand.
Yeah, I think it just morphed her or something like that. But I love the fact that Dex didn't even look. He just, picked up the gown to put his hand under there, and then left the gown down. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I was like, you come out with no hand
without looking.
I'm sorry, but Dex was a bit brainless. Okay, he didn't really do anything except
a bit brainless.
Yeah, he was.
You're being so nice, Dawn. I love you.
He was a useless character completely.
Well, it was sad too because I like Dex and I they did a good job of misdirecting, thinking that I thought he was number one involved in all this mess, and then he just turned out to be just a bumbling idiot, just a douchebag. And I was like, oh,
and that's how he was in the book too. That's how he was in the book too. He was not involved with anything. His parents weren't even in the book either. So that was new with his dad. Yeah, exactly. Clogging her backdoor pipes.
Clogging her pipes. The backdoor pipes.
Yeah.
You said it.
Roto-rooter. So yeah, it is pushing, which just like a few minutes ago, the baby literally snapped off of Dex's hand. How could it have not come out in that whole time?
Was it the baby that bit her or Anna's thing? Something bit his hand. That
would be funny if it was in his vagina. Like Chanel number 4, which is it? That's Chanel number 4 who has teeth for a vagina.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, exactly. Who said it was the baby?
That would have been awesome. Like, oh my god, I got teeth down there. That would have been hilarious if they would have done something like that.
Or just pulled out
the baby.
Your vagina bit my hands.
Holy shit, your vagina has teeth.
She said, "God, should have bit your dick off." It could have been a whole exchange.
It's like, you're just figuring this out now?
The damn hormones, they can make so many things change. But Anna gives birth to the baby, and they put the scissors and the placenta and all that stuff in special glass cases. Ivy nurses the baby, which I didn't think she could do that, because you have to actually lactate to do that.
See, it was weird
to have the hormone.
They put Ivy in such a leadership role, this importance of everything, and then they just eliminated her, and there was really no sense of what the importance was. I don't know.
Let's talk about that. Yeah. So Anna wants the baby, and they're like, no. So they spray her with the shit and cover her eye with the mask. I hated that. That immigration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop it. And then when she wakes up, they're explaining, to her, but certain things. But yeah, that's, oh my God. So we were talking about, what were you saying, Mike?
Oh God, who knows? Oh no, about
okay.
Ivy and her importance, that she was almost made to be the leader. She had all these higher powers
and then when they're explaining, shit to Anna, Siobhan just suddenly kills Ivy.
Yeah, kills her. Yeah,
her main right-hand person, because it was a test for her to kill Dex. She's been with this bitch for thousands of years. Why would she need to test her now after?
And then she's like, "You killed my son." It's like, yeah, but you don't really need him.
Right?
Yeah, I saved the best part.
Oh, it was weird. It was just, it's like she was destined to be something different and something more Siobhan-like, or something, even like a battle of leadership in this, but she was just useless. She was dispendable. And that's okay. Well,
you have to admit, one of Ivy's best lines at the end was after she killed Dex with his own hand. She basically said, "You can't tell me that you're not happy that I did that." That was one of the best lines I've heard.
Because she was right.
Entire season. Because she was right.
Yeah.
But I think Anna really liked Dex. I think she really loved him.
I think so too.
Why? Dex, there was
he's cute.
There was no substance to him.
He's fine.
I will agree, that smoky voice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can see it.
I'm not saying he's not hot, because he is, but character-wise,
yeah,
there was nothing to him.
But again, he turned out to be a piece of shit. But I think he played the role even to Anna so well until he unraveled. So he had her fooled,
right?
Or he had her whipped somehow, because she's the one making money.
I know.
Was she? Did they make her to be the breadwinner until he opened up that gallery, or was they making it to be his family had money?
His family had money.
Did they?
Yeah, his dad gave him all the money.
Oh, so then he was.
Yeah, his dad gave him
by proxy.
A failed artist. Okay, so Alex says, I have a statement from Haley Pfeiffer from about the finale. Alex.
Who's Haley Pfeiffer?
Nice. She's the front runner for the show.
Oh,
the front writer.
Okay.
Blaze says the finale was way too short. It should have been at least 40 minutes. I absolutely agree with you. Merman Eli says, Siobhan, well, it should have been minimum 40 minutes.
But is there any, what would you rather cold? What would it just not dragged it on more?
No, maybe for just to unravel, just give us a little bit more of the information that we were asking for, and just maybe some horrible deaths other than Dex. Maybe we could have seen Dex's dad. Maybe she was done with them, and we could have seen her maybe rip his dick off or pinch his nipples some and yank.
But I just wondered what
you're on board. I love it.
So, yeah, would have made it more substantiable, more action, so it could have. But as far as plot lines and stuff, it was like, they're already there.
I didn't like how they just ended it, but they basically got everything in that they needed to get in there.
Yeah, but more action, more gore.
Ended it a little bit better than what they did.
They should have. they should have cut out that Mia Farrow garbage and just gone right into it. They could have told Siobhan's craziness, a little bit differently. We didn't need that flashback. Number one, you know how I feel about those. But number two, it's like it just confused everything because now all of a sudden we're supposed to be, we're in Mia Farrow's world. And what was the point of all that? Was it just to make a date? I think it was to time frame something. You could time frame that with anything. But did we even need that time frame? We knew what Siobhan was all about at this point. There was nothing that she did to Mia Farrow that had I don't think, any real significance to the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Merman Eli has a really great comment right here that says that Addie was reborn, then killed under Siobhan and Satan, then reborn under Hestia. Remember that Myrtle learned new magic by being burned at the stake, then reborn. So maybe Addie did too. Okay, yeah, that. See, I like it when we make these kind of connections. But it would be kind of nice sometimes if the show.
Maybe she needs to go through that sacrifice in order to have the power or whatever.
Right.
And I think
they used to be so specifics in their lore, and what rules you needed to follow for certain things. And now it's just like, I don't fucking know. They don't fucking know. We don't fucking know.
Well, that's part of the problem of making it that whole section of American Horror Story like all connected, or trying to force connect it, because then you get confused later on when it's a totally different world, totally different universe or whatever, and it's just trying to tell a story. It becomes confusing because like New York City is based out of real events, and you can't shoehorn other connections. As weird, so this was its own thing, I think.
Well, the Alpha says right here, AHS NYC could have been a spinoff of Pose, especially considered Pose had ghost appearances.
Yeah. And Pose, they did. I like New York City a lot. It's probably one of my favorite seasons because of how well Ryan handles that whole topic, and he must have gone through a lot during the AIDS crisis, because he's always handled it beautifully. It being American Horror Story, did we need it? As beautiful as it was, I don't think we did, because I think Pose told it better, and I think Pose was.
I agree.
Absolutely phenomenal the way they told it. I mean, I cried during the end of Pose harder than I had in years, because it was done so well. It was so real, So we didn't really need New York City, but it was good.
We got some really good cast members in New York City.
New ones, yeah.
Hell yes, we did. Alex says that the book does use the term coven, and that they do. Alex does remember that. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you letting us know, because it's been a while since I've read the book.
Yeah.
And if you guys ever want to have a synopsis of it, or and you don't want to read the book, I've got them over here on my channel. I've got chapter synopsis, everything all broken down for you. Yeah, so you can go check them out. It's on my channel over here. So Alan said, when the coven was circling Anna at the art show, that was probably my favorite scene of the season. That was a beautiful shot, and the cinematography was stunning. Yeah, cinematography, honey. Yeah, absolutely.
The only thing about that cinematography, that when they were all dressed in formal and stuff, that I didn't like, is they were doing it from above, and they're all looking down on her.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah, with their big old heads, rabbit ears.
Blaze says, I think the message of the season is women can have it all. Okay.
I think the message is men are a piece of shit.
Yeah, sadly. Alex says, OMG, this is hilarious. I'm so happy I joined in the book. Anna bites off Dex's finger out of rage when she looks at his wedding ring. That's right. Yes. Thank you.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually.
That would have been more awesome to see in the show.
She didn't have a monster vagina. In the show, she did.
And the show she did. We're going to say in the show, Anna had a big monster vagina. Yes, please. Absolutely. I will send you a link through Instagram. You can certainly come join. Heck yeah. Merman Eli says, Ivy got killed because she was really unhinged. She acted without thought, mindlessly. Siobhan probably got over her. Anna would be her replacement. Maybe that's why her coven is small.
Wait.
Okay. Okay. So Alex is letting me know right here about what Haley said. Hallie. Hallie said, hi, Katie. Highly Pfeffer, I'm sad to hear you felt the writing this season was hilariously bad. I loved writing it, and I'm a fan of yours. Oh, well.
Who? Wait.
The executive producers and I took great points to tell us a story quite different than the one you're describing. The message, of course, is not that women should have it all, but rather that having it all is not possible.
Oh, I can
A
see that.
patriarchy, and that the only way for women to have power is for them to ascribe to the same oppressive systems that held them back for so long as they turn and oppress others. I hope in the future you can consider giving our creators more credit for the care we give in our work, even if it's not to your liking.
How harsh was this letter to her? Or even
I don't know, Alex.
That's really defensive. Wow.
Okay.
Wait, Alex, who wrote to her? Or you just had a comment
was it you?
from somebody? Yeah.
Please.
I
Merman,
the original.
Merman Eli says she was burned in her hearth. Addie was. I truly think Addie survived, just like how Misty Day did. They thought she died. I think she's been hiding. If you notice in an earlier episode with Kim K and Emma, the mirror shatters. I do remember that when they're singing, that same mirror that Addie came out of.
She didn't come out of the mirror. She came from around the corner.
Right.
In the back.
And it wasn't the same mirror. It wasn't the same mirror, though.
Where was I?
So when the Madonna episode where Anna wore the Madonna outfit.
Sooner or later you're gonna be mine.
Yeah, that in the mirror broke. Yeah, so the mirror broke and it said "Don't do it, Anna" on it. That's the one that they're talking about, the one that shatters. And then they're saying that that's the same mirror that Addie stepped out of.
Addie never stepped out of a mirror.
Right.
She never stepped out of a mirror.
So
I think she probably died, sacrificed, and was risen for whatever, to be able to have that power to do so. Or it doesn't matter. She was there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking at Blaze's. I'm sorry. I was just looking at Blaze. What did you ask me, Mike? I'm so sorry.
No. I was saying her living or dying in that sacrifice, whatever. I don't. It didn't matter. She was there at the end to fight, even if whatever form she was in. Right.
Exactly, because I guess her spirit was just that powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. Janelle was right all along, and as we had teeth, yeah. Ganj Gaming, thank you so much for being here. Alex says this is from Variety. Actually, I live next to them. Okay. Okay.
I would love to read that initial.
Because I'm just wondering who in the world asked him or got into the argument about, obviously they didn't like something about it, and she's
it sounded like the language was really harsh or colorful or whatever, because there was that defense about what being accused of something, and it seemed like whatever they said some pretty
harsh things,
very harsh, juvenile, whatever, without looking at the professionalism. Oh, I feel bad for her, kind of.
Obviously I want to read that article just to find out more.
What their intent was. I got that intent. That makes sense. What their intent was. I think you had to really look into it to get it all, or be told from them to get it, and that's not fair to a casual viewer. But I see that. I see their intent had played out for however it played out. So
absolutely.
Poor things.
Well, guys, what do you overall think of AHS Delicate?
I'll say, like I said last week, or whenever we did the other day, I think this season was not great, but it was a lot more fun to bitch about than some of the other ones that were just so god awful that I didn't want to bitch about them. This one was a lot of fun to break down and take apart and stuff. And I think it had a lot of credit to do with some of the craziness of the season, with Kim being in the mix this year, and it was a fun time. It was fun. I had fun. Isn't that what entertainment is supposed to do? I had a fun time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I was entertained.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the best season. No.
No.
But
I want to go back and watch it again right now? No.
Right.
Don't need to.
But it's kind of like Roanoke. I remember bitching so much
Oh,
about Roanoke,
Uh-huh.
but it
now,
was
I tell
so
you,
fun to
I
bitch
tell you,
about it,
Roanoke now over the
Yeah,
years,
but you know what?
Roanoke's
Going
my
back
favorite
to
season.
Roanoke and watching it again, it's so much fun to watch it
It
again.
has now taken, after doing all the rewatches that we did on Snacks and went through all that. Roanoke has absolutely taken the lead for me of rewatch, because Roanoke is still so fun.
Mhm.
Every time you rewatch it, it gets better. Whereas some of the other ones, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't age well, but Roanoke did. And so if I had to pick of all, they're all on Blu-ray, all sitting there, and I'd pick one out, it's always going to be Roanoke, because the other ones
Well,
are some of them are chore to get through anymore. Through or rewatch.
when Roanoke first aired, I couldn't stand it.
I loved it.
I
I
was
was
like,
all on board.
I was so annoyed with the whole thing, and then, but when it was over and you did a rewatch later, it has a completely different feel.
Yeah, it is.
So it turns out to be one of the
It hits
best
different.
seasons done.
Well, the problem with
my-
Roanoke was there was this weirdness about it kept changing, and so we're like, what am I watching
Yeah.
now? But when you know that that's there, it's so fun to watch, and they had such a good time with it. You could tell, just playing those characters, and as were they goofy and crazy? Sure, they had a good time. I love Roanoke. Hotel too.
Okay.
Hotel's another one that aged really, really, really well.
Hotel is still my favorite to this day.
I understand. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is basically our stream. An hour flies by so
Really fast.
Yes. But we do want to thank everybody for coming to watch. We really appreciate it. Dawn, I really want to thank you very much for being here and
No
ripping
problem.
this show's a new
Say hi to
asshole for us. Mike, thank you so much.
Hi, little man.
You know what I mean? I don't know where the hell Bung is at.
I agree with you, White Bear. It's been a wild ride.
Yes, it's been fun. It's been a lot of
Yes,
fun.
absolutely. Guys, don't forget, please like the stream. We would greatly appreciate it. Tomorrow night is for channel members and patrons. And then, of course, weekly Wednesday live streams are coming back next week. For right now, this is the final Beyond the Horror.
Yeah.
But we're going to be back very soon because absolutely the show, as far as I know, is going to start filming because they're ready, I think, to do that.
Did we got a confirmation that we're getting a season this Halloween?
Yes.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yes.
We're getting another
they're
season,
filming.
but it won't. They're filming it. It won't air until next year.
No, I thought it was going to air this year in the fall. This year. That's what I
we're not
heard.
getting any. From what I understand, from what I read, we're not getting another season until next year.
Well, see, that's what I thought. That's why I was asking Mary. Did you hear a confirmation on it being this fall?
Not a confirmation, but they're starting to film this summer. So they actually should be filming in less than 30 days. They should be filming now, they say, but I haven't seen or heard anything.
Yeah,
and
I think
usually when they say they're going to film, it's a month after they say they're going to start
filming. If
filming.
they start filming it, we're going to get it this fall probably. So
that's why I'm thinking we are.
If they're splitting it and we already had the 4 episodes this season, were they going to push it to next year? I imagine FX needs a slot.
I can absolutely set up and present it to you guys and let you guys know what's going to happen with season 13.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It'd be very
all right, guys. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. We love you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff. We greatly appreciate it. Beware of Debbie, Abby, Babevi, Sexy Savon, and Sexy Scathich. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Bye, guys.